Welcome to another MPA Production stream. I am the guild leader from the MPA community. This is a live stream we do Monday through Friday, 6 p.m. Eastern time, where we work on community-related projects. It's the music production arena community. You can find the links to our Discord, YouTube, SoundCloud, and some of our other channels. You can find those links in the description of our YouTube and on the Twitch page, DLive. We're streaming on BandLab. Hey, Ira, Subluxa in the chat. Good to see you. All right, so we are Wednesday, halfway through week 5 of season 2 of the MPA community collabs. Get back to that in just a second. Let's do a couple other announcements. I've already went over this, but I finally got posted on Amino. Amino, we need to show some love to Amino. I mean, I do. I'm going to do something special with Amino. But anyways, I did a real quick post. Just remember, Grimson got first place. Grimson's track's posted if you want to hear it. And Daidi and Kitsune also entered second, third place, but their tracks are just on Discord because I didn't have SoundCloud links to them. So if you want to hear those tracks, you can check them out in the Discord. All right, reminder. Sublux is saying I was worried I wouldn't be here, but I got off in time. Hey, I'm glad you're excited to come to this stream. I do try to stretch these out and make them longer. That's why, this whole season to go about 10 weeks total. We're halfway through it, which is cool, but if you do miss a stream, no big deal. The next day, basically just pick up where we left off. You can always watch the replays, everybody, on YouTube. We have a playlist there. You know what? I've been kind of lazy. I haven't added them to the playlist, but there is a season 2 playlist. There's a season 1 playlist. There's also season 2 playlist on YouTube. I need to add a lot of the latest videos to that season 2 playlist, but that'll always be there. All right. Yeah, I woke up late today, honestly. When I wake up late and don't get my normal things done before the stream, I'm a little off normally, but should be fine. And Deity says, I can put it on SoundCloud. I just got to wake up first. Speaking of just waking up. Yeah, if y'all post it somewhere else, I can post it on Amino. But again, it's a deeper issue is me not showing enough love to Amino. I need to do something with it. I mean, I know Amino's died, but I'm an opportunist. Look at this. Why would we just let this, we got to do something with this community. Clean it up. We could probably minimalize it. Get rid of a lot of these chat rooms. So let's go to the public chats here. Loading in. I don't know. What if we got really, I don't know, Radium might have already done it. What if we just deleted most of the chats that are all dead, of course. Make a few chats only. And I don't know. We got to do something. I don't know. We don't really need to do much, but I am going to continue to do stuff over there since I'm the leader of it. You never know. I mean, it's good to have. I'm not going to abandon it. There's a lot of people that still hang out over here. I like that it has this section for our YouTube and our SoundCloud here. It's just a little. Well, that's not working. I need to update that. You know what happened is we changed our name from Amino to Arena a while back, and I've completely forgot to update this here. But this is the Music Production Arena Amino community. A lot of people know about it, but a lot of the new members have no clue what this is. This is where we all got started. We got started on this app. The community came out of this app, and it used to be somewhat active. And then we grew and moved over to Discord and stuff like that. But anyways, I still use it to post colorful posts here to use on live stream. Anyways. That's Music Production Amino. All right. Next month, or this month, I keep saying next month. This month, on the 11th, we're going to be doing our Producer Battle 11. So November 11th, Producer Battle 11. Let me pull up a little picture here. I need to come up with a more official logo for it or something, of course. But we've got. What do we got? My camera here. Let me just pull this up. So, Producer Battle 11 come in 11/11/21. This is where a bunch of people are gonna submit tracks, and we have 3 rounds, so knockout rounds. And so each round we're gonna knock out producers, and so you'll need a total of 3 tracks. And these can be tracks that you've already released, so they can just be links to SoundCloud, YouTube, preferably. And you can, if you want, some people send all 3 to me at the beginning of the comp and just say, here's my 3 tracks for the comp. But more strategically, you can kind of enter them in order, 1 each week, and we're going to knock producers out. By the end, you'll be judged based on a total, a total score rating on all 3 of your tracks that you entered into the competition. Producer Battle 11. It's just it's these are promo battles, promo producer battles, mainly designed to post your tracks in front of the community and stuff, and kind of compete, because we pick the winners, but it's all subjective. It's art, so there's no winners and losers here. Subluxa, what did you send? Oh yeah, I sent some samples yesterday. By the end of the stream, I put those in a folder. We can check those out here in a little bit. Yes, that's what I was about to say. I really would like to find some generous graphic designers that can do better artwork than me, because I want to replace all the playlists on our SoundCloud. I don't like them. I look at them now. I was happy with the pictures when I first did it. I was just like, okay, like we needed some kind of artwork. I don't claim to be a graphic designer at all, but I was like, I needed some kind of artwork for all our playlists. So I was using some app on my phone to make these. Well, I go look at them now as like a collection, and they all just look very amateur to me, which is fine. But I don't think it's a good look for us. I think we should replace all these pictures with something a little bit more professional or cooler looking. So those are our community support playlists. So I need a new one for this month, November. I'm gonna try to get better at it, but I don't like to spend much time on art, honestly. I mean, on graphic art. So anyways, that's our music production arena artwork. Always been a little under. I don't know. We need to find some. We don't, we got decent music in the community, but we don't have decent art. This artwork here behind this banner was done by Diana in the community, which does look very nice. The picture and the logo and stuff. So that works. All right. Let's remove this. Producer Battle 11 coming the 11th. Pretty much it for announcements. Now remember, the feedback streams at the end of the month. You can submit now if you want, or you can submit right before. Doesn't matter. We'll be selecting some tracks for this month's feedback stream. Diana streams that last Friday of the month. Right. Subluxa sent some samples. This is a demo. It's called 1 hour because I made it now. All right, we'll get back to that in just a little bit. Subluxa, we're definitely going to be putting in the work today, listening to samples, getting back to where we were. Let's finish some of these announcements. Actually, pretty much it as far as these announcements here. I do want to jump over to BandLab. Remind people we're streaming on BandLab now. Are we live? I think we're live there. BandLab, for people that don't know, is a community app as well, and you can build communities there. We've had a community there for a minute, but we just haven't never put any attention on that community page. I met a bunch of people over there. We've got a lot of members in our community, actually, a really good handful. Like, I don't know how many anymore, but we do have a lot of members in the music production arena community already that have BandLab pages. That's where I met them. They used to post their BandLab links in the Amino all the time, and I would follow them as they did that. So, but from there and since then, I've met a whole bunch of people on BandLab, and some have joined the collabs. Subluxa came from BandLab just the other day. Andiety has a BandLab page. Ira has a BandLab page. Anyways, a lot of people have BandLab pages. BandLab's a great app. I recommend it. Just look it up if you haven't heard of it. Check it out. See what you think about it. But what I like about it most is it has, just go to another page over here. You can create bands, which is exactly what we are, essentially, is a big online community band, making music, having fun. So I've created some bands over there, MPA Studios, MPA Community Collabs. We're going to get those more organized once, whatever. But then when inside of the bands, you can create projects. In the projects I've started, these are the 8 tracks from season 1. I'm going to add the potentially 10 tracks from season 2 that we're going to have when we're done with this. So, by the end of this year, we're going to have 18 projects here on our BandLab page, and I'm going to have the actual stems. Right now, these are just the audio files for the actual tracks, because I was just testing this out. But just letting y'all know that my goal is to get all the projects stems, just the loops, not the full projects, but just the loops, the main loops for all the collabs onto BandLab, because on BandLab, once we publish them on BandLab, they'll always be here to collab on. You can hit the mix editor, go in, and mess around with the separate samples. I'm really talking about this for the people that don't know about BandLab. Just kind of letting people know why we're using BandLab now, why I'm making it a big focus of the community collabs. Because really, if I was paying attention before we ever started this, I would have started the whole collab series with BandLab, because it's really perfect platform for what we're doing here, which is trying to grow a community and also trying to collaborate. Well, that's what BandLab's all about. So that's what we're doing, and we've already got a bunch of us over here. Look at our bands. We've got one with 21 members. We've got another one with 9. If you haven't done also already, join our BandLab bands. It's got a great built-in app. They also own Cakewalk now, which is a nice desktop software. But besides all that, the best part about it to me is the community and the way it lets you organize your projects like that. It's a great way to back things up, archive it, free storage, leave all our samples there for the community to access at any time. BandLab, everybody, and we're streaming there. So they have live streaming, which is another added neat thing they had that I noticed. I was like, well, they have live streaming. And then when I went live there a few days ago, or last week, whenever it was, I realized they've actually got an organic audience growth viewership there, because it's such a niche thing. You can only stream music production stuff, so if you're not competing with gamers or other streamers, I think it's good. I'm gonna try it out for at least a month. Hey, Omaka Nachi. Sorry if I said your name wrong. It's in the BandLab chat. Yeah, so right now, BandLab people, if you are watching, just to explain what's really happening with the stream, we've been streaming already on Twitch and YouTube. We're multicasting now over on BandLab. I do plan to do special BandLab streams, even maybe today or tomorrow starting, but I've been planning a BandLab radio hour, basically, where we just listen to music from members that have followed our page. So if you follow the Music Production Arena page, or if you share links live in the chat, I'm going to do radio hours and feedback live streams, and maybe some production streams over there on BandLab directly. I know a lot of people on BandLab like to get their music listened to and feedback and all that stuff. So we'll do some MPA radio hour BandLab streams, and I'm just going to go live and start listening to music of people following the page. And then anyone that posts a link, I'll add it to the queue, and we're just going to listen to music for an hour or two of BandLab tracks, BandLab projects. And of course, I'm going to be inviting people to join us on our Discord and in our community collabs. That's pretty much it for as that goes now. And Dottie says, I can make art, but all I know how to make is stick figures, because I used to animate flip. I mean, honestly, yeah, I know a lot of people can do art, and I appreciate anyone sending the stuff in. I'm not going to commission anyone to do it, because I ain't got no money to do that. But if anyone wants to just like making music, if you enjoy making art and you want to make art for the collabs, it's part of the collabs at this point. Anything that's contributed to the collab project, whether it's music or art, we'll try to use it. But ultimately for the playlist, the Spotify SoundCloud playlist and stuff, I am looking for something that's a lot better than what I can do. I would like to find a really nice image for the community, a brand, an overall aesthetic, cool look for the community that kind of reflected through all our pictures and everything. But people start sending me stuff, and I feel bad when I say, yeah, it's cool, but I don't think we're going to use it. So just be, I'm looking for just the right thing. Not to discourage anyone from sending me something. I'm just saying, yeah, I don't even like my own stuff at all. And I think it's hard to make good art. But if you know what you're doing, that's a different story. Okay, so what are we doing today? Well, like I said, this is week 5. We've been building up the ideas. So if you're just tuning into the collabs, basically what we did to do this season 2 collabs, we reached out to members of the Discord, asked them if they wanted to collab on a community collab project. And from there, what do we got? From there, we collected, and then they sent samples, loops. So we added all those loops to a big shared folder that everyone has access to. And this document here you have access to. So we organized about 8 collabs so far. And this week, we've been going through that massive library of loops and mixing them together, because we really don't have an idea of who's going to be on what collab yet. We didn't know until this week. Because of the way we did this. So we're deciding this week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, we've been doing about 2 a day. We're deciding what producers are going to mash, what samples are we going to mash together from what producers to make the collab tracks. It's been pretty successful so far. Like if we look at this spreadsheet, you can see here, collab 1, we stacked it up, collab 2, stacked it up, collab 3, stacked it up. And again, we were dropping samples into Ableton and pitching them around and making sure they kind of sounded close enough to work together. And that's how we decided who should be on a collab together. And as you can tell, these are very unique ways of collabing. Yeah, you can collaborate in music so many ways. And like when people come to the stream for the first time, or when I first reach out to people to collaborate and they don't see the live stream, they may not get it. And they're going to think that we're going to collaborate in a more traditional way, which would also be fun for a different style of project. But what's really making these collabs work is just the fact that it's collaborative in the sense that we've all shared samples to a library, and now we can create tracks with those. So that being said, everyone has access to this Google Drive link that has entered the collabs. I mean, it's public. It's a royalty-free sample pack at this point. It's a public pack here. And what I'm saying that for is so anyone can download these samples and do your own versions of the collabs. What we're working with here on live stream to give us content for the live stream is basically my versions of the collabs, and they're the ones that we'll post on the community page and stuff. But if anyone does their own version of the collabs or collaborate with just one other person even, or whatever you want to do with these samples, and you do post it and share it, we'll repost it on the SoundCloud. Of course, it's all about community. It's all about more of a group project there, and that's what makes this a collab. And that's, you know, so it's definitely a collab. It's just different style of collab. And we got people stacking up here. Some of these people probably like sent samples and haven't checked in on the collab since they sent the samples. When they come back, they're gonna be like, whoa, how did I end up on a sample? How did I end up on a track with 8 different people? But I think over time people will start getting how this really works. But anyways, as you can see here, we stacked this up. We did Monday, we did collab 1, collab 2. Tuesday we did collab 3, collab 4. Today we're gonna figure out who's gonna be on collab 5, who's gonna be on collab 6. We've got a whole bunch of samples to drop in. They're all in, most of them anyways, are in seamless loop, so we can easily just drop them right in to Ableton, pitch them around, and see what sounds kind of cool together. And then from there, going into next week, we are going to take the samples that are chosen for the project, I'm going to start dropping them in to FL Studio, where I'm going to start my official versions of the tracks. Subluxa says collab 6 could be D minor. Techno Dragon. Techno Dragon's already sent a whole project for collab 6. Is the reason why Techno Dragon's on there, and it's all in G minor. That's this stack of samples right here, Subluxa. So I wouldn't want to pitch all these to D minor, but here's the official news about that, is I mean, just to make this work, and we really don't know what key they're going to be, but the only way we're really going to be able to make this work is to add 2 more collabs to this project, because I've been planning all along just to do 8, because last season we actually tried 10, and it was a little overwhelming for me. It seemed overwhelming. It might have just been overwhelming because it was my first time to try to do this, but also 2 of the tracks just weren't coming together. I was waiting for samples from people for too long, and I kind of forgot to reach it, like figure something out about those tracks. So we got halfway through the season, and 2 of the tracks just weren't coming together. So I knocked them off. That's why we ended up with 8 last season. With this many samples, we probably could easily do 10 tracks, but it's going to take more time and effort. Okay, Sublux is saying we should have a 128 D minor. We do have a 128 D sharp minor. Where is that track? Right here. Collab 6 is G minor. Sublux is asking in the chat, what is collab 6? Collab 6 is G minor. That one mainly got built on the back of this old school collab that I started with Techno Dragon years ago. Wait, let me double check that. Yeah, it's G minor. Let me go to the public pack. Public pack. Yeah, here's the samples. If you go to the public pack, Subluxa, go to Techno Dragon samples. That's the main idea for that track. So some of these collabs already have a main idea. Why isn't it marked? Good question. Because I do things slowly over time, my friend. But I'll mark it now. Techno Dragon, G minor. All right. So let me get logged into Twitch over here so I can monitor the chat in the stream. I mean, are we live? Oh, yes, we are. Okay, we're live. I never said this, but most people know we're live on YouTube, Twitch, and BandLab. I think I did say that actually. So if you watching us one place and you tune into another place, you can. YouTube is probably the smoothest stream for some reason. I'm really proud of our Twitch. Our Twitch is growing. I think we hit 356 members or something. I forget to check that sometimes, and I go back and look, and I'm always surprised about how many more people followed. So I want to thank everyone that's followed. I cleaned up the Twitch. Let's do a real quick Twitch announcement because I finally realized, Twitch had multiple things. You can add people as friends. You can also follow people, and then you can subscribe and all that stuff, different things. But what I mainly did is I was following a whole bunch of people that weren't members of the community because I was using this page before the community for just following streamers. Anyways, I unfollowed everyone, and then I followed, where is this at? Stream manager, where do I go? Community, following list, Subluxa. I'll follow Subluxa back. I'm going to add Subluxa as a friend. So if everyone that's followed, then I followed everyone back that followed us on Twitch. See, these are all new people since I did that. So shout out to all the people following us on Twitch. Okay, and then if I recognize your name, I sent add friend. Add friend, purple. I don't know. I don't remember. I do remember Solar Fluxus. Add them as a friend. DJ Onyx. It sounds somewhat familiar. I'm not sure, but Subluxa. Anyways, that's our Twitch, and then I'm gonna start putting a lot of focus on our Twitch because that's like that's really one of the main pages of the whole community. Central hubs of the community is our Twitch because so many members have started joining the community from watching the Twitch and stuff, and the Twitch is growing. I would love to see this grow into an actual popular Twitch page one day, and so that's why I'm just shouting this out. So that's our Twitch. If you haven't followed us already, please follow us on Twitch. We're gonna grow this. Our goal now, I guess, is 400 members. Get to 400 followers on Twitch, and I'll follow everyone back just so I can see if y'all are streaming too. The main reason I'm following people back, like, see how DJ Onyx is streaming right now? That's where I recognize his name. So if I see someone streaming also that has followed us and I followed back, I'm gonna check out your stream. I'm gonna see if you're streaming. I'm gonna shout. If you're streaming music production, I'm gonna host it and stuff like that. All about community building for me. So that's happening. That's happening on the Music Production Arena Twitch page. Our YouTube's a different story. BandLab's a whole new story. All right. For those waiting on specific things, I will get to it. I just feel like people are waiting for things. I will get to it as my mind stumbles upon it again. If you use D minor samples, put them on the D sharp collab and pitch them up half step. That would be pretty good because that's not too far, and pitching up usually sounds better than pitching down because it gets tighter. The resolution gets tighter. We'll definitely do that, and we might be adding another D minor track. I don't know yet. We're gonna go through all these samples. There are a few people that have not been. They're not gonna fit in any of the 8 collabs yet, so we're gonna have to make a new collab for them. So let's figure that out this week. And Dice says, whenever I stream, I always forget to link the Discord when I go live. Yeah, and sometimes, if I miss it, the best thing to do is make sure you also ping me on a DM if you go live, so I can repost it or something. But for those that want to stream, I have been trying to create a another club within the club called DAW Streamers, Digital Audio Workstation Streamers, DAW Streamers. Just want to find a whole bunch of people that stream production, and we'll help each other kind of support each other through that, Twitch production stream. It doesn't have to be on Twitch, but if we are all on Twitch, it'd be the best. So it's like, at this point, it doesn't matter. I recommend people streaming on BandLab as well. But if you're a DAW streamer, has anyone else coined that term yet? DAW streamers, streaming your digital audio workstation, music production stuff, style streams, and you're doing it regularly and you want to make a thing out of it, contact me because I want to make a network. You know what I mean? I want my show to just be right along a bunch of other shows. So we'll have the Music Production Arena stream, and we can have the Andiety stream and the Kitsune Power stream, and we can just have different shows set up at different times, all on our Twitch page. You see a lot of 110 samples. Yeah, we need to create another track than 110, and we can. And there's some there's some stuff close to 110 that we're gonna have to stretch to 110. So yeah, we're probably gonna need 110. And you know what? It's Smokes. We need one. We need another one for Smokes. I think we're gonna do another track at 135, and we're gonna do a track at 110. And the 135 is going to be C sharp minor. And we need to pick one for the 110. You drink water here. All right. So yeah, I think that's going to be the best call. Smokes reached out to me though and asked if they want me to send the samples in a different key, in a different BPM or something. And I said, don't worry about it because I don't. They sent such a perfect project to begin with. I don't. They've done enough. They don't need to do any more. I think we can make another collab for Smokes, and then we can find another one to fit all that other samples in. From there, anyone samples that don't get used, we can use them next season. I'll still pull at least one sample from everybody's pack and mash it into one of the collabs. Just mash it in there, twist it, cover it up by another sample. Now we'll fit it in there. I'm pretty. That's one of my few skills. I don't have a lot of skills, but one of my few skills is making samples work. Pitch it, shift it, chop it, screw it, something, make it work. All right. All right, let's look at that. So what we're going to do today, let's listen to Subluxa's sample. Subluxa has sent some samples. I've got some more samples in the pack. I just want to hear these real quick. So Subluxa, I'm not going to remember which ones are which, to be honest with you. You know how I can do that? I can go open up this and hit sort public pack. So we got Subluxa, date modified. Here we go. Here's some more samples that Subluxa sent. Here's a 80 BPM F sharp minor bass. Here's piano. The piano's at 150. Here, we'll come back. All right, let me put my headphones on. Got Ableton on the big screen again today. Nice, so that's 80 BPM, F sharp minor. I hear that and I know exactly what I can do with it. I know a lot of people see value in that. Some people might think it's just noise, but no, that's some good noise right there. It's good sound. All right, yeah, it's that good distortion. It's not hurting the ears or nothing. You can crank that pretty loud. All right, this is a D minor. Got that slide in there. Me too. Okay. Then we have, how do I want to do this? So actually I can just speed this up. So that's at 160. So I put it at 160, even though I dropped those in at 80. Is it shifting those? Let me see. If I double click down here. I think that sounds right. It's just they labeled 80, but it read it as 160, which is fine. But Ableton has this down here where you can just divide it or multiply it times 2, which is really cool. And it just does it for you. Since these are already all perfectly timed loops and stuff, it's making this really easy. And then I have the pitch thing here where I can pitch them up and down. Subluxa says that is the correct tempos. Cool. All right, so let me move this project to 150. And let's check out this piano. Bass was still going. There we go. So this piano is E minor 150. This is going to drop into Collab 3. Gonna sound good in there. For sure, because you can work with those pianos. I can chop them up and put them in any order I want if I have to, but that sounds good. It's gonna sound great. That collab's gonna be sick. If y'all remember the samples we were playing yesterday, there was a lot of samples. That's gonna make that track really nice. All right, what else we got here from Sub? Let me move this Move this over to the other screen so it stops disappearing on me. Let me clean up my desktop a little bit here. Get that out of the way. This over here. It's reggae like sample, so it's going to be on the upbeat, offbeat. Da, 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 da. All right, makes more sense. Can't remember what those are called, but yeah. All right, so we have 150 E minor wubs. Perfect. We've got the subs go along with that, or at least I don't know if they go along with it, but we definitely got some subs here. Let's go. Let's go here. Okay. Okay, these are the ones I really like. Check out these. These are like 174. They're gonna be for collab 1. Got like this one right here is 348, which is like double 174. I love that sample. Like, yes, I'm getting. Well, y'all already know. People that know the stream that I get super excited when I hear these samples. This is what makes this so fun for me. I know we got a lot of samples, but some of them, like when I hear it right away, it's like if I heard that on Splice and I was going through Splice looking for good samples, I'd be like, I'd hear that, it inspired me. I would download this and I would start making a track from this. Like it's got things that I'm looking for. Like I'm picky about certain things. It's just certain styles of distortion that hurts my ears. That might be because I'm getting older and maybe things hurt my ears that don't hurt the youngins' ears. But if it hurts my ears, like I can't work with it. But these are really smooth. You know what? I love. You know, that's another side note. That's why I like we were talking about subtronics the other day. You notice about subtronics distortions and all subtronics sound designs. Subtronics, the artist, the famous guy, super smooth. Like none of that stuff. No like high frequency stuff that might, I don't know. Side tangent. Let's get back to work here. I'm a fan. Okay, we got 348. That was actually sent to me double. That was like 6 something, but I put it at 348. I just named it 348. And then we have this 174 E minor. Go. Sorry. I'm just now starting to learn how to use Ableton, so I keep accidentally playing the wrong. So if I put this here on its own track, I stop all these other ones, and I can just hit play. Thank the 303 Alpha. Yeah, for sure. Analog style emulation style stuff's always gonna sound nice. Good on the ears. What do we got here? 303. You know, I've never messed with a 303 in real life. I've messed with a lot of the samples, but I'm not too familiar with the actual machine. Does have a very nice analog sound to it. I'm not sure if that machine's an analog or digital synth to begin with, but shout out to all that Roland stuff. 303s, 808s, the new 404, new model of the 404 sampler. So that's super awesome. Seen so many videos coming out with that. Of course, the 808, the 909, like they did it big. And it was all that stuff was ahead of its time. Most of that stuff was ahead of its time. It got popular 20 years later after that stuff came out, 30, 40 years later. People started distorting those samples, and they're like, wait a minute. Yes, the best sound ever. Behringer, yeah. They used to call me Behringer Buddy because I used to sell tons of Behringer stuff when I worked at the music store. It was easy to sell because it's cheaper stuff. But no, I didn't sell for just that. I liked Behringer. Behringer still to this day. I know there's controversy in the Behringer universe. You can dig into that if you want. But they've always kind of just emulated other people's gear, and they've done a pretty good job at it. Now they're emulating a bunch of analog gear. Let's see here. 348. We need to get over to, so these are nice. Let's play a couple more of these. There's no rhyme or reason to how I'm putting these into Ableton. I'm just making it look pretty. Got a F sharp minor pluck. Some of these, the volume might be lower than I normally play stuff. Because I haven't got used to Ableton's limiter. It doesn't seem like they're default 32-bit float style stuff. I could be wrong, but there's something to do with the way Ableton limits and the way FL Studio limits. Because FL Studio, you can smash that really hard, and you don't really notice stuff. Ableton, if this thing clips red, I hear it. I hear it right away. So if it clips red, it's bad. So I dropped 2 samples in here that are both close to 0, and they play and they smash into each other. And I hear it. Ableton, it's like on FL, even without the limiter, FL, it doesn't do that, which is different. Interesting. And I need to figure that out. Very interesting. All right. We got this last little sample here that I don't think we've heard. Ah! What is happening? How's that lead still playing? You know what? I made a mistake when I was rendering this sample out. If you listen to this riser sample, I accidentally rendered 2 samples together somehow or something weird. So let's fix that now. Which sample is that called? It's the F sharp minor riser sample. It's got to mess up. I got to fix that. So what I'll do is I'll just delete this. Folder up. Sharp minor riser. So let's say sharp minor riser. I have that real. It was when I was rendering out some of those samples and renaming it. That one somehow I rendered it out with another sample still unmuted, and it mashed 2 of your samples together. It had the sample that we listened to previously and the riser sample in there. I still have it. I'll add it to it tomorrow or the next day or something. We'll get to it. No big deal. Like I said, a lot of the samples, like your flea market samples, Subluxa and stuff like that, we're definitely going to use those, but they might not get added to the packs at this stage and used right now in this stage, because we're just now, this stage is all about just coming up with ideas. We're going to dig back into all the sample packs later in the season when we're trying to finish the tracks, and we're like meticulously like looking for the right samples to fill the slots. All right, so these a lot of new samples. Subluxa joined the community and the collabs a couple days ago, and it's been a lot of fun. A lot of great samples. Excited to have you on board. Let's figure out today who's going to be on collab 5. I know Bassgenics is going to be on collab 5, so let's drop those Bassgenics samples into Ableton. Go file, open recent set, blank copy. Okay. Let's see here. Bassgenics season 1, return to season 2. Let's see, 155 beats per minute, F minor. I'm gonna drop in these samples. See, like, if I played all these right now, it would smash this limiter red. Y'all can't see, it's behind the other monitor, but I'm gonna look over here at the BandLab chat for a second, because I keep forgetting. Connor says, no, this guy who's doing the stream. And let's tune in and see who's talking on BandLab. BandLab, I forget I'm streaming over there on BandLab, sorry. We are streaming on BandLab. This is a test. I'm just doing a big trial this month, because I wanted to see what it would be like if I multicasted casted the live stream that we do on Twitch and YouTube over to BandLab. Music Production Arena Show. So if you are tuning in the BandLab side and you're kind of confused what's going on, you can just follow the page. There's more information and links there. But if you're more just casually interested, just let everyone know we're streaming daily, Monday through Friday, 6 p.m. Eastern. Dallas D. I recognize Dallas D and Connor. Please do, Dallas D. We got a Discord, and we just have we're building the community up on BandLab too, so you can just join on the BandLab side of things. But if you really want to get involved, if you look on the BandLab page, scroll down a little, you'll see a Discord link. Discord is where I'm always at. You can always find me there. See, you already know. You follow me, I'll follow you back. I'm also going to be doing some BandLab streams quite regularly. Once I get into the routine of it and figure out the best time, we're going to quite regularly do BandLab streams where we're just going to be listening to music. So like Dallas D, you got any tracks on your page, I'd jump over here. I'd play your public stuff. Is it good? I play the stuff, and then I'm also going to play tracks to anyone that jumps into the stream and shares their track in the chat. So it's just going to be like a stream. That's happening on the Music Production Arena page. Cool. Anyone else that might be watching, again, you just follow the page. I will try my best to monitor this chat. Let me maybe put the phone over here. But these ongoing community collabs are also open for people to join in and jump in on. And this is all, it can be kind of confusing if you're just now getting involved, but this is an ongoing thing. This is actually week 5 of these collabs. And we do have some information there with this document, all the people involved, information on the BPMs, the keys, all that good stuff. Glad to have anyone on board that wants to join us. Okay, let's see. Bassgenics. Oh, let's look. So Subluxa made some samples for Bassgenics. Did I drop them into the pack? Let's see here. Go down to the Subluxa pack. You've got some stuff in your pack at 150 E minor, 160 D. Go and send those to me too. We'll see what happens with that. Nice. Sublux is gonna end up on every collab like me. All right, let's play this all as one little piece. I can just turn down the master here. Yeah. That didn't work. I'm gonna hit the play over here. You gotta play the scene. Let's get our Ableton lingo right. First part of getting your Ableton lingo right is stop calling it Ableton, because it's actually called Live. Ableton's just the brand, the company. Ableton Live. There we go. Like that loop packs, like this is what I meant by some of the packs are just ready to go, and we don't really want to mess that up too much because it already sounds like a full song. I mean, basically you got the whole idea. So 155 became its own collab. Now we want to fit, I want to fit Marche samples if possible. Let's go over here to public pack Marche 143 C minor. Let's see how much we butcher this by dropping this stuff in here. So we'll start with these plucks. C, so Ableton automatically put it at 155 for us, but it did not change the key. So I need to go over to the key. We're moving C minor up to F minor. I always have to count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So let's push this up 5 and see what this sounds like. There are other algorithms, especially I know of an FL Studio that I can do this with, that I can probably, if this has weird artifacts, there might be ways to fix that, even in Ableton. And someone told me the other day that actually it's not necessarily Ableton as a whole. It might just be the version of Ableton I had. Could be wrong, but I think one of their pro features of their higher paid versions is one of their algorithms for time stretching. I could have that wrong, but I think I heard something about that once. And if that's the case, that's sad. It's sad that I'm not gonna pay you anymore for Ableton, because I thought I was gonna get everything I needed with the $100 version. Scroll up here. What are we talking about? Deadmau5 got something going on. Okay, I made them today. Then they are in your Discord. Okay, I'll check. I'll download those in a second. And Daddy says, I mean anyone calls it Ableton anyway. Everyone calls it Ableton anyways. Yeah. And then Sublux is saying some people call it Mouse Workshop. You know what? But Dead Mouse doesn't work in Ableton as much as people might think. He definitely uses Ableton over FL Studio because he doesn't use FL Studio anymore. He used it at one point just for fun. He's even got a demo project inside of there that you can still find today. But he's talked about it publicly on podcasts. I recommend listening to the Dead Mouse podcast on the Mr. Bill podcast show. Great episode. Mr. Bill interviews Dead Mouse. Check that out, everybody. And then while you're at it, listen to Virtual Riot on there too. Anyways, he's mainly a big fan of Cubase, believe it or not. Or you know what? I'm gonna stop saying that because I don't even know what he uses. He might be using Bitwig at this point, for all we know. But no, he uses Ableton like no other for sure. Ableton's probably one of his main DAWs. I'm not gonna sit here and claim I know what he uses. But if you zoom in on a lot of his streams, which I've always been a big fan of Dead Mouse and his live streams of him in the studio, and you zoom in on what the programs he uses when he does show them online, you'll find him using all kinds of stuff. Bitwig's where it's at right now. Pretty cool. I would like to see them take off. All right, so I pitched this up 5 semitones, and let's just play it all together. See what happens. Yeah, I think that works. That definitely works. Marche is going to end up on this collab. Yes, Marche 143 C minor pitched all up to F minor. We can do that. Let me find this. Where are we at? There we are. So Blux, I'm just gonna have to put you on every one of these for now because I'm forgetting which ones you're supposed to be on. So I'm just gonna put you on every one. Subluxa are going to also add Marche to this. A capital R 5, capital H, A capital Y. Oh, what did I do? Oh. I'm excited for that track. I have an infinite 128 samples. Sublux, I feel you there. I used to produce all my stuff at 128, like religiously. And then I had in my head that I wanted to just DJ, and I wanted to be a lazy DJ and not have to move the tempo at all. And then I got over that. Sublux is okay. You should turn up the Marche samples a little quiet. Yeah, for sure. I noticed that too. Let's see here. Of course, this is not the official project, but a couple ways you can turn it up on Ableton. I'm finding if I just go to the actual sample, there's a gain knob here. Once I get these in the FL Studio, my lovely template that I have, if you watch season 1, you know exactly what I'm talking about. I have a template that I use that I built that I love so much. I think I've talked about templates to the point in the past where people know that I like templates a lot. I think they're really useful. I do understand why some people just against templates altogether because that whole like don't want to be boxed in thing. But the thing is, if you first design your own template, you're still being creative. I have designed myself a template that just I'm like defending myself. I have a good friend in IRL that we're best music buddies, music production buddies, and we're opposite in so many ways when it comes to workflows, DAWs we use, and different things. Although we do find agreements quite often, we also always have a different way of working. So there's that. Let's see. So who else is going to be on the... Let's open up the Discord real quick. Subluxa sent 155 sample. Let's download that. the baseline. Show in folder. Hey, Josh A in the Band Lab chat, and Amy in the Band Lab chat, and anyone else who might be a real person over there. Sometimes they're not real people. Thanks for tuning in. F minor? What? Wait, where's this new sample I just got? Downloads, date modified, minor. Oh yeah, that's right. Put it here. Yep, just EQ it a little. All right, it's halfway through. Well, 5 minutes early, but I gotta get a drink of water. I always take a halftime break to rest my ears and to do a couple more announcements. Mainly to get a drink of water and rest my ears. So I'm gonna just won't take too long. Let me stop this track here. Pull this up. All right, just remind everybody, we're streaming daily, Monday through Friday, 6 p.m. Eastern. We are going into next week. We'll be taking all these ideas and dropping them into a more official project. But just other announcements. Our Discord community, invite everyone to join us on Discord. We're a growing community of music producers, all levels of skills. We do challenges. Producer Battle 11 is coming up. You can find out more about that on the 11th when I post the official post. You'll find all the links to this community collab stuff that we're doing now over there. You'll find links to our feedback stream that we do on Fridays. You'll find everything else over there. You'll find places to share your tracks, feedback, recommendations, promo channels, the Music Production Arena Discord. Do join us. We have a SoundCloud page where we're reposting playlists of music from the members of our community. So we invite you to follow us on our SoundCloud. We'll follow you back. I quite regularly wake up and listen to music that's posted by the members of the community, and I repost that stuff, and I also add it to playlists. So we're playlisting over there. I'm working on the new playlist. It's going to be for this month. Always posted about halfway through the first week or whatever of the new month. There'll be November 2021 playlist coming soon. This is the startup thing. It's not viral or popular yet, but it's everyone's got to start somewhere. So this is a promo channel I would like to see take off one day. It's not just going to be on SoundCloud. We're actually going to expand it over to Spotify and definitely Spotify. We're going to be playlisting, and we want people to know that they can come to Music Production Arena playlist to find great upcoming artists and other talented producers from the Music Production Arena community. So please follow us there. Yo, Subluxa, you said something about going to the restroom, and now I gotta go to the restroom, dude. So I'm gonna be right back. Let me just, while I'm gone, that'll be it for the announcements. I'll just run to the restroom. I'll play this while I'm gone. I'll be right back. Yeah. Hello. Hey, I was talking and my mic was off. All right, I've returned. Let me turn off the be right back sign. Let me scroll up. Oh, those cake pops. I remember those from yesterday. And Didi says, I just got an idea. I want to put Guild's voice into the vomit-based sound design effects rack I've been working on. Do it. Remember, were you around, Andidi, when Fox of Galaxy was sampling the live streams and chopping up our voices and turning them into tracks? No, that wasn't Fox. That was Arcestic. Subluxa says, have you tried to connect the BandLab chat into multi-stream? I have. It doesn't work. Does not work for some reason. Restream.io treats it as a. There might be a way. Maybe I should look a little bit more into it, but from what I can tell, it doesn't work. Subluxa says, can you play the track I sent? And the new sample. Also, you should come to Audius. I had the hiccups for a second. I have heard of Audius. I think I do have an Audius account. Are you talking about maybe for playlisting? Audius. Audius? Audius. Audius. What makes Audius special? You know what? I kind of remember looking into it. I don't know. You know what I'll do with it first? I'll put some preset tracks up on there. And my side alias. And try it out and then see what I think we should do with it. And then it's all about, I just want to, if I can get a bunch of members already in the community that have music on there, if I can find that they do, I'll definitely start playlisting over there. Or we can start something small and just, whoever we meet. But yeah, give it a try. I've checked it out before. I actually do have the app on one of my phones too. Let's see here. We got we will play your track, Subluxa, but let's make sure we get through this. Because actually we're halfway through the stream and we're only on one of these, but we'll play it at the end, if not anything. If not now, we'll play it at the end. Also, you should come to audience. Yeah. I would sample the stream, but I don't have enough space on my hard drive. I get it. For 2 hours worth. 2 hours worth. No, I totally get it. I was joking anyways. Sublex saying audience is like SoundCloud, but with crypto and with infinite free uploads. Hey, I'm all about that free upload space. We're gonna need it. I'm not on the crypto bandwagon yet. I'm not against it either. But you know what I want to use crypto for? NFTs. You know what's getting me into cryptos? NFTs. I like NFTs. I'm all about the NFTs. People know about NFTs? Okay, we're not gonna do it right now. Friday we'll talk about NFTs. I have a friend that does a presentation about NFTs in AltSpace VR. Let's see if she's got an event coming up. See how easy I get sidetracked? Subluxa hates NFTs. I love NFTs. Subluxa hates NFTs. I think NFTs... Oh, they use a lot of power. Well, I like the idea of... Which is similar to the whole crypto thing. It's the... what do they call it? It's the... I forget the term they use. But like, limited supply or limited quantity or whatever they call it. The term, I'm forgetting the term they use in the whole universe over there. We're not going to look for an event right now. I don't know. I'm getting super sidetracked. I have a friend that does NFT things that has nothing to do with what we're doing now. But just to let people know how that's related to music, there are ways now to make digital music more of a collectible, in the sense that you can, through blockchain technology and stuff, you can tag a piece of digital artwork as a one of a kind or maybe a number in a series, and people are willing to pay money for owning artists, just like art. So for example, we go to Instagram and we go to preset, my page, one of my pages. Okay. Here, you know how everyone does this, they cut like a lot of people music pieces that create like little clips with just their music. You could take one of these, like this little clip I have here where it says endless, and I could turn that into an NFT and tag a number on it and put it up for sale, and maybe just sell one copy or one of a kind, or maybe sell a limited number of them. And when people buy it, it'll have that attached to it, and they can always prove that they bought the first one or whatever. I'm just letting that people know, because it's part of the future and music and stuff. So Again, I'm not on the whole bandwagon yet, but that's what I've been looking into lately. I have to do some more research for sure. And I could have got some of that stuff I just said wrong because this is just what I picked up listening to one of my friends do a presentation the other day. Okay. Always fact checking myself, covering all bases. Like, oh yeah, by the way, I could be completely wrong. Just to let y'all know. All right. Who else is going to be on this track? We got to get through this. So let's go down through here. We know Marche is going to be on here. We know Subtronics is going to be on here. Subluxa is going to be on here. We know Bassgenix is going to be on here. We are slacking today. Let's go through here. Alpha J is going to end up on a couple more, I think, maybe. And Deity has some stuff that could probably go on this track. Let's save all that for the other collab for now. I'm going to have to dig through the other packs. Antimatter's already part of a project. Bassgenix, that's the one I'm working on. Bobby, we're going to fit Bobby into like the 110, probably. Slow it down even more, maybe. Chef Blue's already on track. CJ Kamikaze is going to get on this. Let's see. No, because I've already got all these samples. Wait, here's something. G minor. What are we in? F minor. Do you want to see what this sounds like real quick? So this, we pitch it down, right? G minor, pitch it down too. Turn it down. I don't think this worked. We'd have to chop it up. That's not sounding right at all. Let's just not even try. Okay, nothing out. Here's 145E polar bill. Oh, it's E major. Let's not try that either. Okay, no CJ Kamikaze on that one. Cousin's already on one. DJ Shadow Wolf. DJ Shadow Wolf. Pat. What are we doing with DJ Shadow Wolf? Oh, DJ Shadow Wolf's gonna be on that other one, I guess. 110. Good call, Subluxa. You're right. 110 is gonna be good. DLC Ninja is already gonna be on track. Emerald. If we're gonna get Emerald on a track, all Emerald sent were Serum presets. If y'all have Serum, go ahead and tackle some of that. I mean, the best way to keep Emerald's name on it is you really don't need to tweak the preset at all. Find one of the presets out of the pack that you think is nice. Make up a melody or whatever with the MIDI and sample it out. That way it's still the preset that Emerald came up with. And then you put both your name on it. You put Emerald's name and your name on it. And then whatever sample that is, both those people will end up on the collab. That's what we want to get. Because all Emerald sent was presets, which is fine. Because when I reach out to people, that's what I've been telling people. Just like, send me whatever. Doesn't matter. Okay, Fishing Hoke. Let's look back at the sheet. We got to get Fishing Hoke on one of these. Okay, Fishing Hoke is on collab 4. But see, Fishing Hoke sent a variety samples, but we can fit them on some more. So let's go. This is one shot. We'll think about that later. On track. Heim ended up on a track yesterday. Hydro Boy is now on a track. Yes. This is working out. People are getting on tracks. Jazzerado might, I mean, he'll understand, but he might be pushed to season 3. Main reason why is this is an old collab anyways. This is something I resurrected from like 2018, I believe. Me and Miro, aka Jazzerado, started a collab and I just never finished it. And then I brought it back for the community collab. That's the same with Techno Dragon. Techno Dragon is what I meant to say. The same thing. It was a very old collab we started years ago. Decided to pull it back into the collab season to make use of it. All right, Kalinsky. We'll fit Kalinsky into the 110 BPM. We should be able to do that. Lost sample, 110. Wow, there's a lot of 110 stuff. Marche, we already did that. Maxi Waxy. Have we put Maxi Waxy in a project? Yes. Maxi Waxy's on the 160, right? Yes, Maxi Waxy. Moreland. What's 95 plus 95 is 190? 95. Definitely want to get Moreland on a track. Just thinking, what can we do with Moreland's samples? Collab 5's one, but it's not going to fit into this one. I don't want to try. Techno Dragons collab, much like. I think this is only fair. I'm not making for sure thing right now, but I'm just saying this might be fair. Just like Jazzerado's track and Techno Dragon together, both those collabs were started years ago. I brought them back in because I just wanted to bring in as much samples as I could. If we were to drop out Techno Dragon's collab until season 3, I think it's understandable and fair. Because it's, I mean, they were happy to get involved again because I reached out to them, but they're really not invested in like some of you other ones are invested. I really think we should replace Techno Dragons collab 6 also with maybe Moreland's 95 BPM. I think we can make this all work with 10 collabs total. 10 collabs total. And if we add one at 110 BPMs, we add one at 95 BPMs. And then we add one at, what was the other one? 135 to accommodate these very nice samples. Let me write that down here. I think we need to add one at 110, 135, 95. Yeah, go for it, Subluxa. I mean, I'll listen to him when I can. If I don't listen to him today, I'll listen to him tomorrow whenever we get around to it. So, but I will never say no to samples because that's what makes this work. And I understand that sometimes when you're looking for the perfect sample, you gotta just gotta dig through your library. So go ahead and send me samples. I'll download and get to them when I can. Right now, my mind is completely kind of stuck with this problem I'm trying to figure out here. So we've got 110, 135, and we'll probably end up replacing Techno Dragon. Techno Dragon will be like, what? I was all excited. Okay, so let's go. Techno Dragon 6. Okay, we're gonna add, insert one below. Insert one below. We're gonna add collab 9. Collab. That's the same color as the one. Okay, so collab 9, collab 10. Getting those started there so I can start wrapping my mind around what's happening here. So we're gonna have one at 135. 110. And 95. Let me do this right. So it's gonna have to be BPMs. Okay. 110 BPM, 135 BPM. 95 BPM. Okay, I think this, in all fairness, will get everybody that has sent samples this season, this year, waiting for season 2, and then it's kind of going to leave out Jazzerado and Techno Dragon. But both those collabs, like I said, they didn't send samples this year. They sent those years ago. It's kind of funny. But we are going to use them. I'm going to make use of them. If anything, we'll combine those two together. They're kind of close. One's 127. Those are very close. We could easily maybe mix those two together. I'm not going to say we're going to have 11 collabs. We're not going to think about that right now. 10 collabs. Let's start putting some names here. This is going to be Moreland. Just to let you know, Subluxa, there's always a chance. Like once we start working on the tracks later, this is not a real big rush because we have week 6, week 7, week 8, week 9 working on the track. So 4 more weeks after this week. Um, it give you a perfect time to send that perfect sample. You know what I mean? So once the tracks really get going, then you're going to be able to just go, okay, I know what I want to send to this track that I'm working on. So um, you have sent a lot, and you can send more if you want, but you have 4 more weeks to really send the perfect sample for each collab. Says at some point I'm going to be writing in the notes right here in the notes exactly what we need, like needs vocal chops maybe, or I might write needs bass, whatever it needs. I'm going to start writing it, and that's going to give you all plenty of opportunities to come up with more samples if you want. All right, 95 BPMs, A major. So that's I replaced it. I replaced that with this one 95, but I also got these two down here. We have so who's gonna be on this track? Um, on all of them because putting the tracks together here on stream. But other than that, we gotta see here. 135. That was the Smokes track. SMOKZ. And then the 110 is quite a few people sent samples at 110. We're gonna be fitting a lot of these people. Okay, we'll get to those. I just want to get one name on there. Let's see. 110. Who was the 110? 110, 110. Bobby. Probably gonna put Bobby on that track. Yes. Real Dead Cousin. DLC to Emerald. In the wrong folder. Something. I'm looking for some 110 samples. Give me a second. We got Hazarel together. We got Haim. We got Hydroblender. Kalinsky. I'm gonna put Kalinsky on there. Lost is 110. What's that other one that was really a big 110? Oh, we need to fit Naxic somewhere too. MK, we've got some more people we're gonna have to get clever with, that's for sure. Alexa is definitely gonna be on a lot of these. We're gonna have to fit Young Outsiders somewhere. We'll see what happens with this whole season. We're gonna be getting creative. We've got to basically save room for people is what we got to do. All right, so all right, let's open up. This is starting to come together. What I'm gonna really do is I'm gonna have to, after today, I'm gonna have to go over to this spreadsheet and pull it up one more time wherever it went. What I'm gonna do with the spreadsheet is I'm gonna separate the people that are on there with the people that still have need to be on there. So we'll take these. Move them down here. I'm gonna move all the people that still need to be added to a collab. I'm gonna move them over here to the left. For example, like Bobby does. Emerald does. That's gonna help us figure this out. So it's like I said, it's kind of like a puzzle. It's not gonna be straightforward. I'm gonna have to do something like this. And this will help us figure out really what's happening here. I'm gonna do this later though. Okay, KK. So have we put Mr. K? Yeah, we have put Mr. KK. Reba's on a track. Marche's on a track. Oh yeah, sorry, did you put on a track? Yeah, I can do it right now. It's not that hard. I think NimK needs to be put on track, or have we done that already? Let's go check. NimK. Naxic is, that's good. NimK is not on track yet. Alright. So Blux is on track. Mr. Fox is not on a track yet. Wait a minute. Let me move Mr. Fox back over here because these ones down here, and actually Subluxa, you're supposed to be on this list up here. This is 3 people that I don't have their loops. They're on tracks. We gotta put them on tracks too, but they're not. So let me grab these people. Come on now. I'll move them over here. Kind of keep this organized. Let's actually color these people dark. Okay. I need to finish sampling their packs, creating some loops out of it, because there's just a bunch of one-shots. These people up here are the people that I still need to end up on tracks. I'll move them back to the right once I figure out what track they're going to be on. If I look really close, I think everyone else is on tracks. Did he just Shadow Wolf? Not yet, huh? Fishing Hope, Fox of Galaxy, has rails on track. Wait, Jasmine. Eldorato's not on track. Might be moving them to next season though. Along with Techno Dragon. These here and my color them. Okay. So what do we have here? Marsh, Mr. KK's on track. Riba's on track. Marsh, Ski Lion's on a track. Smokes is on track. Ira's on track. Lost is on track. Warline next. Deal Senior. Super Zero. Subluxa. That's everybody. So our goal is just to get these people here and these people here into the collabs. Mr. Fox would understand if they didn't, because also a lot of the samples they sent me came from some old projects. But I would like to get them in. Some vocals, so we probably fit Mr. Fox anywhere. Got some vocal samples from there. Xandit's got a lot of raw samples, pretty much fit anywhere. Same with Insky. We could fit Insky and Xandit anywhere. Put it that way. The raw samples. Okay. All right, that was productive. We needed to figure that out. Let's scroll back up here. Looking at this track, still don't have a lot of people on Collab 5. So if I was to look at this list here, Collab 5, and then look at the list that needs to be on there, who would go good on Collab 5? Let's think about it. Let's open up those samples. Got DJ Shadow Wolf. I'm not thinking it's... Where's DJ Shadow Wolf? DJ Shadow Wolf's 110. DJ Shadow Wolf was the 110. That's what I was looking for a second ago. DJ Shadow? Shadow, 2 W's. Cool. All right, now we can take DJ Shadow Wolf off this list. Over here. Okay, Nimk. What BPM is Nimk samples? 175 and 128. We can put Nimk at this 174 BPM up here. That's pretty close, right? I'm like, right? Am I wrong? It's one number off, but am I right? Let's go NEMK. They've also got a 128 BPM A sharp minor. Here's 128 D sharp minor. We can make that work. Gonna, because we can always remove names later. This is just to get this organized. So let's put MK here too. NEMKAI. Right, let's go down here. Let's take MK off this list. Young Outsider. The major key, 130 BPM. We have a major key, A major, but it's a lot slower. So, but see, Young Outsider just sent some chords, simple chords, anyways. I'm gonna put Young Outsider here. We can chop that up. O U N G. Young Outsider will always point out when I forget to put the underscore in their name, which is understandable because it's part of their artist name, their branding. Young Outsider. Major key is why I'm putting them there, and I'm gonna have to shift that 130 BPM to like I'm gonna chop it up. I need to stretch it up to like 190 or something, or I could slow it down to 95, or I could just chop it up and make a new rhythm out of it. It's real just straightforward chords. Okay. Go back to the list. We have Zelensky with the 115. I think I'm gonna put him there. KOY KOL Let me open up that pack one more time. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, K. Okay, 115. They also got a 130 BPM B minor. Where could that 130 go? Could go here on this 135, maybe. We're gonna check all this in Ableton. But I'm just doing this to get things organized in my mind. So we can also put Polinsky here. Kolyanske. Polinsky. I'm gonna put Xandit on this first track for sure. Again, well, Xandit was on a drum and bass track last season, but I'm just thinking the samples are so good for it. We also can fit Xandit into some of these other ones. We will too, for sure. We're gonna put Xandit all over the place. Ensky as well. Bobby, 119 BPM drum beat. That's what they sent. It's gonna be kind of weird if I slow it down 9 BPMs. It might get some weird artifacts, like stretching artifacts. It's only 9 BPMs, but it still might not. I don't have to listen to it. Might not be bad, but we can also speed it up, maybe to match this 128. But no, this was like not a techno track. This is gonna be like bass house. Season 2, I mean collab 2 is like a bass house track. Pretty sure. Track 1's like drum and bass. Track 2's bass house. Track 3's like your rhythm stuff, dubstep rhythm. Track 4 is gonna be more dubstep rhythm style stuff mixed with some drum and bass, maybe half step. Collab 5's like your trap, pop, trap, bass, future bass. Could go future bass with it. Moreland's gonna be, I don't know yet. It's a really nice track. I don't know what the genres they fit into. It definitely has one. 120s. This one here is like a classical piece, kind of. Collab 7. Sublux is saying collab 7 is one tempo up. Collab 7. Hasreal pack. These one shots. Are you saying it should be 121? You could be right. Just we'll check that. Okay, and then okay, what are you saying? And then collab 8 is splitter core, really fast genre. Collab 9's gonna be a nice track. We'll listen to those samples again here in a second. And collab 10, it's gonna be very interesting. Okay, we'll figure all that out. The sample you're talking about. Okay. Oh, the yeah, the oh yeah, you're right. Duh. Yes, I know what you mean. It takes me a second. You're talking about a 119 BPM techno track that would fit great into Hasreal's track. You're 100% right. Man, I've never had someone here so on point. This is no offense to anyone else that's been here all along, but Sublux is on point. We got a lot of regulars, that's for sure. I appreciate all the regulars hanging out here. Let's type in Bobby. Really good call. Good eye. 101 BPM higher than that. Control X. We've had a lot of participation. Don't get me wrong. We've had a lot of people sending samples in real time. Like some of our regulars, and I'm not gonna. If I forget anyone, forgive me. But like Anxiety and Fox of Galaxy and Ira, and I am gonna forget some people now. But we have people that show up all the time. We got Jelly Beans been showing up lately. And we've had people participating in real time. That was so fun. We were having people sending samples. One person sends MIDI, another person sends an instrument. I put the MIDI and the instrument together and generated a sample out of it, like a preset and a MIDI thing. We've had some really, really cool days on the stream. Some days might seem a little mundane, a little boring or whatever. Some days might seem like scatterbrained, but some days very collaborative. And my goal is one day to have a very, very interactive, collaborative stream where it feels like an online studio kind of, and things working. Okay, Sublux is saying, what is CHM? Good question. I don't know if I labeled that right, but it's harmonic minor. Yes, send some MIDI too. Because Subluxa, we have a bunch of Serum presets from Emerald, and we can take that MIDI and match it with those Siri presets and get some tracks. That'd be awesome. I think, I don't know. I labeled that myself. That could be completely wrong. I don't know if anyone's ever labeled harmonic minor like that. So forgive me. I might just have to type that out. But harmonic minor scale is really easy scale to figure out. It's just, but it, like the seventh is sharp or something like that. I don't know how to say it professionally, technically. But anyways, the harmonic minor is if you try to mix it with regular minor, it just sounds really weird. So we're gonna have to make note of that fact that that's in harmonic minor. Yeah, I usually just use presets, but honestly, I figured out harmonic minor by myself without using presets a long time ago on the piano. When you play it, it sounds like dun 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 dun, like Phantom, the darker classical music. And you play it just right, and you're like, okay, that reminds me of. I know what I'm doing with that. And then one day I learned that was called harmonic minor scale. I was playing, and I was just like, oh, okay. Yeah, I love all these preset scale layouts that these DAWs have. I'll have a lot of apps on my iPad that have that stuff, and I use it too. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. You know what it reminds me of is harmonicas. If you ever play like a harmonica or like special drums that are tuned to a certain key or certain scale, there's a lot of instruments that are designed like that. So there's nothing to frown upon. Not that anyone really does, but when you're like, oh, you took out all the wrong notes, that's making it easy. There's nothing wrong to say about that. It's actually really smart. Take out the notes you're not going to play, maybe, and then just leave all the notes you're going to play, and then make that your main instrument. Because like, why not? Like, become the best at playing an instrument that has. And there's instruments like that. Like I said, the harmonicas have always been like that. You know, you pick a key, pick up the harmonica, you just wail on that harmonica, and you're going to be in key. You're going to be in scale. And there's other instruments too like that. But you get these elitists with their instruments that are just like, oh, you know, it's not a real instrument. You're like, what do you mean it's not a real instrument? Okay. What are we doing right now? We've got 20 minutes left of this stream. We're going to jump over to another project. Let's open another one of these up. File. Wait, you know what we didn't finish doing? My bad. Let's jump over here. Emeralds. We don't know where Emerald's going to go yet because we haven't got samples made out of Emerald's presets. And Infinite Phoenix also is a situation where all they sent was an instrument, basically a preset sound. So it's not a preset for a DAW, it's just a preset synth, like a one shot, like one little single note of a sound they designed. So we're going to turn that into an instrument and mix it with some MIDI. That's what we'll do. So Blexa, you send me that MIDI. I'll take Infinite Phoenix little sound and we'll create a loop out of it. If you open up or if you want to do it, you can open up the Infinite Phoenix pack. You'll see what I'm talking about. It's just a one single shot sample. You need to load it into a sampler and create a melody out of it using some MIDI or something like that. That's Infinite Phoenix. Is it for bass? I'm not even sure. Oh, you sent MIDI. Okay, you sent the MIDI, and it's for bass. We could try that. In fact, we can do that here in a second. So that pretty much solved this little puzzle, even though we're not done with it. If I was to take this right here for now, scroll up here. These collabs compared to the first collabs have a lot less people on it, but we can easily fix that because all these people up here sent plenty of samples. In fact, Sublux is going to be on every one of these. Sublux is going all the way with this season. Sublux. If Subluxon doesn't end up, I'll take the name off. But anyways, we're gonna fill all these up. We're gonna fill them up with all the other samples we have. We have a lot of samples. This really helps map this out. We ended up with 10 collabs. I only wanted to do 8, but we ended up with 10. We could easily fit 11 because we're leaving a couple people out. Excuse me, but I'm not gonna do that. These people here, Techno Dragon and Jazzerado, longtime members of Music Production Arena. I've had these samples for years. I'm going to reach out to them, let them know that I'm saving their collabs for season 3. They might be disappointed, they might not, but they'll understand. I'm sure they will. All these people in purple here, they said they were going to send samples, and if they were to still send samples, I'm still going to try to fit them in, but I'm not going to reach out to them again until season 3 because I think we have enough samples. But these are all people that said yes to the whole idea of the community collabs. This list right here on the right were part of season 1. They just did not return for season 2. But they're part of the more inner circle of the community collab members. MPA has some inner circles. Okay. Okay. Subluxa says, I think infinite pending sample is to be played like every 4 bars. It could be as a one shot, or you can actually turn it into a sample. It depends on how I rendered it. Let's play around with that for the rest of the stream. That'd be fun. Um, okay, you sent some MIDI. You know what, Ableton? We'll be back tomorrow. I love you, but hey, BandLab. I did forget about BandLab again. I didn't actually forget about it. That's not the right way to say it. I'm forgetting to check the chat, but I am I'm motivated by knowing that we're streaming over there. Um, everyone listen to Connor's music. Everyone listen to that boy's Lou MJ's music. And anyone else has posted a link here. Check out their music. Follow them. I'll follow you back. Hopefully, listen to your music too. And there we go. Community vibes. All right. We're gonna bring FL Studio back over to this page because I actually know how to work FL Studio. Unlike Ableton's kind of confusing me, but we're gonna figure that out. Yeah, we'll drop that in here too. Let's start with this one shot from. Yeah, I'll definitely want to hear it, Subluxa. So I'll send. I'll listen to everything you sent for sure. For sure. And remember Friday, if you really want to send a bunch of stuff to be heard, demos and stuff. Friday we're doing casual Fridays kind of, and we're just going to be doing feedback and listening to the tracks and doing all kinds of stuff. So Friday is also going to be a really good day to send some tracks, not just samples for the collabs, but some of your tracks maybe you want to show off. Okay, let's go over here to Infinite Phoenix. I'd make it so official. Like the stream started out just being super like laid back, whatever, and I start getting really official with it. I'm like, casual Fridays and like all these official announcements and stuff. But I like it better that way. Let's go to Infinite Phoenix. Okay, so what you do with a sample like this, unless it was art, you just turn it to an instrument. So we can open up the sampler, drop it here. It's C synth, so it's already in C. So you just go like this. You have to hit this little thing here. It says cut itself, and then you got this. Yeah. So we can take that. We can take the MIDI you just sent. Which is probably on what, Discord. 16 message. Whoa, that's some cool art. It reminds me of a lot of the artwork that I do. Honestly, I'm not saying it's bad. Like I like the artwork I do too, but it's just real simple. I actually really like this though. I'd use this over what I do. But this is funny. It reminds me of the stuff I do, which I always look at my stuff as very like. I wonder if my stuff's a little too kiddish. Look at this thing I posted the other day. It's where is it? Jams. Like I always come up with this really like colorful, like Google looking artwork, and then I like to sit there and look at it for a while, and I'm like, it looks like it's designed for something like a kid's thing, but not really. You know, it has two things. It has that. My whole theme with preset is Rubik's cube, and that's what got me all going with all the colors to begin with. But then I started using that for a lot of stuff. If you look at our community collab picture, you go to the PA thing here. See, it's also just the colors of like basic primary and secondary colors or whatever. I do that kind of artwork a lot. It's like my style with preset and some of those stuff. And then I start looking at it, I'm like, I wonder if a lot of people are turned off by it. Because they're more into like blood and skulls and fire. That, the cool stuff. I don't know. There's so many styles out there. It would pay to be a excuse me, I'm closing my curtain. It would pay to be a graphic designer and be able to create what I really want to create. But right now, I like it. I do like it. Let's use it. Let's use that for sure. You know what you should put on there? Season 3. We can use that for season 3. Or let's just use it for season 2. Let's use it anyways. Let me post that on let me download it. I like that a lot. Save image. I don't know if that's the high res version. um uh uh, uh picture. Subluxa sent a I like that a lot, actually. I like the way you did the text here. Cool. Um, okay. Uh, okay, let me find that MIDI you sent me. I'm getting distracted because I'm hungry and it's almost time to end the stream. Where is the MIDI? Go back here. Sent some stuff. Download bass for MIDI. Download. There's a drum beat we'll listen to. We've got the ones marked with collabs are full project. But what is this here? Neon green. I'm not sure what you're asking, but let me clarify. These ones that mark dark green, I have their samples. They're just very one-shotty. Also, kind of like the sample we're using right now from Infinite Phoenix. It's the same thing, actually. They're just a single weird sample. Like if I was to open up their packs, I'm gonna add them too. They're definitely gonna be in part of the collabs because they're like very active members that check in on the collabs. We're gonna go like the Xander pack here. Like if you listen to these, you don't have access to these yet, but you will once I create some. They're like, you know what I mean? They're just like samples like that. And same with Insky's samples. They're really nice. Oh, there's a kick drum. Actually, they do have some loops in here. I want to use this one. Okay, we're gonna find a home for that. We're gonna find a home for that. But if you listen to some of these other ones, they're just shit like that. So what all that really indicates on the spreadsheet there is their samples have not been put into these seamless loop packs that I've created yet. So we're gonna have to find a home for them. And that's just because I like to work with loops to begin with all my projects. I like the loops. Easier, funner, quicker to throw samples into different DAWs. Events chat. Was that an old message? Okay. Let's listen to these samples. We got a hi-hat from Subluxo. We got a lead D 128. Got D minor chord fade in. Got D minor chord claps. Oh. Sample loop. Oh, are these all from the day right now? Kick. We'll definitely get these into the collabs. You're we've got so much from you. We're gonna add them to a folder. When I get time, I'll add them to the official loop pack, and we'll get them into the collabs in later weeks. There's plenty of stuff here to work with. Okay, I'm probably downloading things twice. I'll make sure I have everything too. Let's listen to some of those. But before I want to do that, I want to take this MIDI that you sent. Downloads. Refresh. Where's this MIDI file? Bass for 120. Okay. How's to open? Up this. Grab this MIDI. So this is an Infinite Phoenix preset with a Subluxa MIDI. Yeah, MIDI stuff. I don't know. Here we go. Perfect. I like it. We're going to use this. We're going to... Let's render that out. All right, so this is a Subluxa and Infinite Phoenix thing. So this shouldn't be on that 120 track though. What is that? That 120 track is it's very, you heard it, right? It's very like classical harmonic. I mean, we can make it work, but I think this is gonna go better on another track. And since this is just MIDI preset, we could change this to any BPM. Wait, but this is harmonic minor. This does sound like harmonic minor. Let's see here. Yeah, it is. You know what? I can make this work. What am I saying? That's the whole point of these collabs, is to make this stuff work. That's the harmonic minor. That's perfect. We'll make that work. And Dottie says, this gives me vibes of Banjo Kazooie whenever Gruntilda. Perfect name for a game. Poops. Pops up. I said poops up. Pops up on screen. I'm not familiar with the game, but I do know Banjo Kazooie. I like the OTT on there, right? That sounds good. Let's just render this out without the reverb. Okay, so Sublux is saying, by the way, ones marked with collab are a series. They are meant to go together. Okay, I got you. The samples I downloaded he's talking about. Okay, so this is 120. Let's render this out as 120. Let's look at a limiter to make sure this is what this looks like. Perfect. Okay, so let's go. Turn the reverb off, so that should be fine. Go R. Oh, weird. What pack do I put this in? It doesn't matter, is the whole thing. I'm gonna put it in the Infinite Phoenix pack because Infinite Phoenix doesn't have any samples in their pack, but I'll put both your names on it. Let's go. What about public pack? Infinite Phoenix. So we're gonna call it 120 C harmonic minor. I gotta figure out the way that people label that. It makes sense, but this could be just weird. 120 C harmonic and can't remember how I did it last year with the dual thing. Did I put a little hyphen? I always try to be like exact. Subluxa. Subluxa. Should I do underscore? Doesn't matter at all? Okay. You're right. It doesn't matter at all. Okay. Infinite Phoenix, Subluxa 120. All right. Do make sure I get all those samples. And Subluxa, I recommend you starting to use Google. Google Drive, and let me tell you why. Because you're sending lots of samples, and I think you'll be just like Fox the Galaxy. Check this out, and many others, and Deity, and many others. I haven't talked about this in a while, but last season we were getting it set up really nicely with people that are really involved. Just send me your Gmail, and I'm gonna add you to your own folder, and you'll have access to it, and you can put the samples straight in there, and I'll have access right to them. Like, if you understand what I'm saying, you know what I mean? It's a shared Google Drive folder. I have access to that right here in FL Studio. So if I open this up, MPA collected samples, all these sample packs here, if I open up like Andiety's pack, Andiety also has access to this pack. So when Andiety sends me samples, I don't have to download them. He just puts them in the pack and they're here waiting for me. So we can set that up for you. Boom. Perfect. I don't know if you wanted me to show that on stream, but you can I'll copy that. Remember on Discord you can send things as spoilers where it covers it up. My Discord is very public. Okay, I got your email. I'm gonna give you. Yeah, I'm fine with it too. I've given away like 6 of my emails here on stream on accident sometimes, but I really don't care because they're all banned and music emails anyways. Let's see here. I got your email, and what I'll do is I'll jump over here to the drive. Everyone emails Subluxa. Yeah, for real. I mean, you got to have a booking email. You got to have a public email. That's how people, if you're an artist, that's how people get a hold of you and say like, "Hey, we're Sony Entertainment. We want to sign you as our next big artist." Okay. Right. I got a personal email that I use for banking and stuff, and then I've got an email I use for all my music. And I've got a lot of emails, Gmails. I don't know. I just make Gmails for all new projects all the time. Okay, so here's the shared samples. Let's go to MPA samples online, MPA collected samples. What I'm doing is I'm going to go down to your pack, just right here. This is not the pack that everyone has access for. This is the pack that I have. These are the raw samples. I'm gonna give you access to this. What you can do though for me is you can delete samples that we've already used and kind of keep it organized and clean as possible. Okay. Get link. That's not what I want. I could have done it from there, but I actually just need to hit share. I'm gonna share this with you and send that. All right, now if you open that, you could save that to your own Google Drive and just save it quick access to it. You can even save a quick access to it on your computer like I have over here. And then you can just drop samples right into there. As long as it takes to upload to the cloud and download to my computer, I'll have it right away. And that's on my MacBook and on my desktop and on my iPad. Like I have access to all the samples everywhere. That's another thing I recommend to everybody. Use cloud drives for all your stuff, dude. Ever since I went to clouds, like I never worry about backups ever again. Like all my projects are in the clouds, my save files, the samples I use, my sample libraries, everything's in the cloud. And I can access all that stuff from any phone I'm on, any tablet I'm on, laptop, MacBook, my full projects. I can open up an FL Studio project on the desktop, hit save, grab my MacBook, open up the same project and start working on it somewhere else. Like it's the best. It's just the best. Okay, do you for me, will you please, actually, you don't need to. Will you add all those new samples that I haven't converted over yet? Will you add those to that folder for me? Because I got a mess here. I got a mess going on here. I need to just delete all this. Why don't you add everything into that folder that you want me to listen to right now before we get out of here? We got 7 minutes. And then from that folder, I will resample. He's already doing it. Okay, I'm going to delete all this. We've already used anything here. I'm going to keep that pick. We're definitely going to be using that. I'm going to keep that MIDI. Unless you added the MIDI too. We definitely need that MIDI. What's all this stuff? Take note of what I'm deleting here. Make sure you add all this stuff back for me because you sent me a lot of stuff. Okay, this stuff down here, I know that I already resampled it. You don't need to send me this stuff again. I've already resampled this and added this stuff here. Okay, collab sample. I don't need this anymore. Oh, I might need that. That's someone else's sample. I need to figure out who that belongs to. We might have already used it, but anyways. I gotta keep my download folder organized. Okay, let's check the folder here. See, what's neat about it is I have my FL Studio link to it, Subluxa, so I don't have to open up the thing. I should be able to hit refresh right here. MPA samples online, MPA collected samples. Scroll down here to Subluxa, see if it worked. Boom. All right. Wait, is this it? Oh, another thing you can do is, you don't do it right now, but another thing you can do is you can create folders inside of your pack, kind of like Fox Galaxy does here. And Fox has created folders inside of his pack called new, old, projects, ideas. You can write season 1, season 2, season 3. You can write you can write whatever you want. That'll help me also know what I'm looking at here. But from what I can tell right now, you sent me some of the stuff might have already been in there. Subluxa pack. Actually, yeah, I'm confused because a lot of the stuff was already in there, right? Let's pull this stuff in. We got a drum loop here, 128. This is new. Yeah, delete the stuff that we've already resampled would be helpful. You might have already done that, so forgive me if I'm just super confused right now. Let's paint this out. Because all that stuff I moved over to the public pack, I'm not going to need it in this pack anymore. We're going to use it out of the public pack. The perfect sample. It's got the perfect style of percussion in there. That right there kind of feels a little like filtered and maybe a little like, oh, what's kind of a weird sound in the percussions. But that's the kind of percussion that fills in the mix and gives it really like textured, warm rhythm texture. It blends in with the other instruments. It's not too crispy high. It's just like right there in the high mids. And it's got some, you can tell by looking at this, it's really small, I know, but you can look at this little analyzer up here. Let me open up span. All this right here. It's a nice curve. There's claps and slaps. Claps and slaps. Okay, so Sublux is saying the stuff I sent is the new stuff. Okay, the other ones are old, but I'd like them to stay. Which ones are you talking about? Yeah, I'll figure it out. Don't worry. I'm about to get out of here. My mind starts shutting down because I'm hungry, and we got 3 minutes left. But don't worry, we're gonna be back tomorrow. We're gonna get this all straightened out. With inside this folder here, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna open up this up. MPA public pack. Subluxa. I'm gonna create folder used and not used. Oh, and then you got one that says collab. That's cool. That drum beat was one you already sent me. Oh no, whatever. What I shouldn't have done is deleted all that stuff you sent me in the thing, because you had a lot more than what I'm seeing here. All right, let's listen to some more of this though. What's this 350? Oh, we've already heard. Like what I'm looking at here. Let me refresh this. Subluxa, like this folder. That's what I meant. Sometimes it doesn't always refresh in quick enough time, because what's happening is it's not updating as quick as Google is. So I'm gonna go here. The MPA samples online. MPA collected samples. I'm gonna drop down here to Subluxa's pack. I'm gonna look at where are those? Oh, because I did that in the wrong folder. My bad. Public pack Subluxa. I'm all like, what am I looking at here? Subluxa. I'm gonna take these two folders, Control X, drop back over to here, paste these here. Okay, if they're used already, as in like I've already dropped them to the public pack, we need to put them into this used folder. If they're new samples that you just sent me today, then let's put them into this not used folder. So when I wake up tomorrow and I'm rendering these into loops and stuff, I'm not getting confused. And anything that's in this not used folder, we'll listen to it. But actually, I'm gonna get out of here. It's dinner's calling. Don't want it to get cold. Let's get that organized, and we'll check them out tomorrow. Jump over to the BandLab page real quick. This doesn't always update, but just everyone that tuned in on BandLab, that was pretty cool. I love multicasting on BandLab. Yesterday we hit like 100 and something viewers at some point. And I don't think it's like viewers in real time. I think it's just counting up how many clicks it gets. But anyways, it's still really good to add more eyeballs into the live stream. We'll be back tomorrow, Monday through Friday, 6 p.m. Eastern. If you're on BandLab, you can always follow me there for more details. I'll be doing some more streams there. Now, as far as everyone else goes, the regular crew, Discord, YouTube, Twitch, DLive, as always, this has been a lot of fun. Appreciate everyone tuning in from wherever you tune in at, and the participation. The people that show up often, doesn't have to be every day, but the people that show up often, like Indiety and Subluxa and Ira and everyone, Fox Guy. I know I'm forgetting a bunch of names. There's so many people that show up often. That's what makes it fun for me, is that I know that y'all are going to be here hanging out and talking and sharing samples and stuff. I do my best to stay organized with it too, but I'll be back. So thanks again, everybody. See y'all tomorrow, same time, 6 p.m. Eastern time. Continue on with season 2 of the community collabs. You can message me on Discord to continue the conversation. And goodbye for now.